All right, everyone. Welcome to episode number 13 of the Red Plates podcast. We're getting pretty deep, well over 10 now. We got to keep this ball rolling. We have Lanre. How do you pronounce your last name, man, before I butcher it?
Well, actually, it starts Lanre, but pronounced Daddy. Okay, okay, I'm just fine. I'm just kidding. But it's Lanre, pronounced Lanre, meaning like you can pronounce it Lanray. That's how I tell people to pronounce it, actually. But yeah, not laundry or laundry, Lanre.
Yeah, yeah, that's what you were saying because we on the other podcast we kept calling you Lon Ray, and you're like, no, 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 that's not it. So you also go by Strong Chocolate on Instagram. In case anyone is unfamiliar, they've probably seen. There's a very great username. Actually, where did that come about?
And some of my coworkers came up with a random name actually with it. I don't know how they come. Actually, they found out I used to powerlift. And I used to make a lot of jokes about chocolates and being chocolate and stuff like that. So they put it together, and I'm like,
You're like, yo.
yeah, that's it. And I go online, I'm like, there was strong chocolate, one word already taken. So I, of course, put the underscore, and that's completely fine. Now, I was
Yeah.
going to try and buy the other guy out, but it's fine. It's all good.
Did you DM him?
I'm like, do you know who this is?
Yeah, no
I
chance he's
never
a
did.
better no chance he's a
No,
better strong chocolate than you.
I hope not. That would be embarrassing now. Second strong chocolate.
Okay, my man. So you just came off of the victory at 2024 Nationals. How did that feel?
It was, you know what? It still feels good to this day, actually. It felt really good. Of course, it was a long time coming. Yeah, it was a long time coming. It felt good. Um, yeah, pulling for the win was fun. Of course, I didn't, well, you know what? It was a whole experience on its own because, of course, going into the competition, I was hoping to win. I knew I could put up a really good total, and I was hoping my best was good enough, and I just led it at that. But again, of course, after the water cut and all that fun stuff that happened,
Hmm.
I kind of just figured, you know what, I'm gonna take what I can, and hopefully whatever I have is okay. But I doubt it. I didn't think it was gonna be okay, but obviously it was. And we took the W, and it feels good. It feels nice to be able to say, I'm gonna represent Canada. That's been like the dream
The
for so
dream.
long,
Yeah.
and it just feel like I feel absolutely grateful and thankful. So yeah,
Yeah, man. Well, we'll get into like the play-by-play of the day, but you
yeah.
said it's a long time coming. How long have you been competing?
So first competition was 2016 in Seneca. I think that's the same meet how I got started in the because I used to go to Seneca College alongside Chris Souza. I used to run that intramural, inter-campus, inter-university competitions. So 2016 first competition, 2015 I started powerlifting to get ready for that competition. Yeah, did I think 455 squat, bench
Damn.
205, um, and deadlifted 475. I remember that. Because and I after that competition, there was a bunch of photos taken of me, and I was just smiling so much. I've never been so happy doing something in my life before. And I'm like, oh, okay, I'm gonna stick around for a minute.
Yeah, because you're always smiling. Like I think all the pictures from Niche and SPD, you're smiling in all of them, like
Yeah,
every single time.
it's just so fun and it's a happy place for me. Of course, that's why I've stuck around. Because of course the training might be okay. You might not enjoy it. It might suck sometimes. But like the other training just makes sense. If you can just feel so happy for like,
Hmm.
that day. Or I guess if you win for a long time. But yeah.
Yeah, a long time. Now you finally know. And what was like, so at the start, you obviously started off pretty strong. That's a crazy, because you were always 74 kilos?
Yes, actually. Yeah. Well, you know what? Yeah. Well, that was like 143. So yeah, I guess not.
143?
Yeah, I know.
Holy.
I was
That's
a
like
skinny boy,
six.
man.
How many kilos is that? 65 or something?
What is, yeah, one,
Oh,
Yeah,
you said
yeah, yeah, it's
143?
under.
yeah.
That's like 64.8.
Oh, I
Damn.
guess not. Oh, yeah.
Holy crap.
So I just, yeah,
I
I
was
just
gonna say.
walked into the competition with that weight. Of course, not cutting weight, not doing anything, and that's why I weighed that day. That day.
Wow. And were
So yeah,
you, how old were you?
oof, 12. Oh, sorry, sorry. It's 2016. That's 8 minus. Oh, it's 20.
Okay.
No.
Oh
Yeah, I was 20.
wow.
Yeah,
You say
yeah.
143 or 153 pounds?
143.
Holy crap. Yeah, so
Yeah,
you're
yeah,
under
yeah.
66.
Yeah, I'm
So
pretty
you,
sure.
You were
yeah.
probably the same height, no?
Yeah, for sure.
Wow, man. So
Yeah.
that's crazy. So that's how you're still 74 till this day.
That's some strong numbers though, honestly. For being 20
Very.
and 140 pounds, squatting, would you say 455?
455. Right?
Yeah,
I think
that's
so.
a
Yeah.
really
Yeah,
good
that's crazy.
squat.
Imagine going into a commercial gym and seeing a kid that's like a buck 40 squatting
Yeah, that's what
with
I'm
plates.
saying.
You're talking about. That's
Okay,
crazy.
fair enough, actually. Because I guess I didn't think about it, because back then, Chris Souza got me into the game, because I used to work for him at Seneca College as a fitness coordinator, or like just working the gym as a whole. I asked for a job, he said there was nothing available at the time, so I was just going to the gym, just working out, just doing leg press, never squatted actually. Yeah, until like 2015. Then he's like, okay, actually, we actually host a competition every year. And since you're studying in college, it's free for you. I'm like, well, okay. What do I have to do? Squat, bench, deadlifts. I can squat on the Smith machine. It's like, you can't do that. It's like, oh, okay, gotcha. Then they showed me a couple of things and kind of hit like 315, like pretty quick. Then that kind of just took off. And it's like, okay, maybe you're pretty good at this. Maybe try sticking around.
Wow.
But yeah,
Yeah, those meets are a lot of fun. I actually competed at a Seneca meet back in the day too. And I know Luke
yeah.
was there, I think, volunteering or like reffing one of the meets. Because they had two
Mhm.
different
Oh,
versions. Like they have like an OPA one and then a non-sanctioned meet. So I would do the ones that was like non-sanctioned. They just had pound plates and like they had random people judging and stuff. But those were to this day like some of the like most fun meets that I did because everyone was just like having a blast. Like there's no pressure.
that's correct. I actually remember Carr from that. I think maybe 2017 or 2018 came up and he competed as a 74. And I'm like,
Yeah.
at that point, I was already in the OP and I'm like, who is this guy?
Who's that guy?
Because he was lean, jacked. I'm like, uh-oh. And he could squat as well back then. So I'm like, uh-oh, we got a problem here. But yeah, there was this little, I'm like, who is this guy? I'm watching for him. Because you went to Sheridan or what school did you go to?
I did both. I did a Seneca one and I also did Sheridan. I think I did
I see.
Seneca like non-OPA. I
Same
feel like I
here.
did all of them non-OPA because I remember I actually competed at Centrals with Luke. We were both 74s back then.
Okay.
And I just felt like it was so weird, like compared to like the fun collegiate like atmosphere that I was used to. Like I went to the
Yeah.
OPA meet and I was like, oh, this is weird. Like it was just so dead. The judging was so strict. So I remember after that, I think for a year I went back and just did like the collegiate meet.
Yeah, I think this is fun because there's just
Yeah.
nothing on the line, super chill. They really
Yeah.
lax with the judging, and it was pretty fun actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. And at the time it was like some of the names were like Frankie Poo, I think what's his last name? Frankie.
Oh yeah, is it actually? I don't know his last name actually, but I know
Maybe
it's
that's
Frankie
his
something.
Instagram. Yeah, I think I just kind of
Yeah.
remembered his Instagram. But so him, and then he was there like during the Seneca days too, or
Ooh, I don't know if Frankie competed at Seneca actually, because I don't think any of the guys I compete with like 74 ever really did that
mm,
Seneca meet actually. I only remember. Yeah, I remember like a bunch of other people with different weight classes, but in my weight class, no, I don't think so.
okay. So after the
Nah.
Seneca meets, what did you do? You found like the OPA, and then
Yeah, exactly. So after that meet, I did a couple more random meets actually. I did a gym at Walls Gym in Scarborough.
yeah, bro. So actually, funny story. Like I don't think because I think they did that twice, and maybe it was the
Okay.
year before I did it because I did it too, and I don't know if you remember me. I don't really recall because I think I would have known because you would have squatted like near 500, so I would have been like. So I don't think you were there, but I do remember that you did one of them because people were coming up to me and showing me your Instagram, like when I was just a random guy training at World Gym, and they're like, "This guy's so strong," and I was like, "Oh wow," because at the World Gym it was like if you could squat 365, you were the man. And then they
Yeah.
showed me, I don't know what you hit, but you probably hit something big, right? And they're
Yeah, I think
just everyone
so.
was gassing you up, talking about you. It was crazy. So that
It
was the
was
first time I heard of you.
because I remember maybe later on we actually reconnected this story and I'm like, wait, oh that's crazy.
Hmm.
But I did that meet. It was just a regular meet, nothing crazy. Then I actually signed up to a local meet in Sheridan, actually. No, yeah, in Sheridan. I did that one to qualify for provincials. I did provincials. Then you have to do centrals at that time. I guess you still have to do it right now. I did centrals at that time. I think I bombed out at Centrals actually.
Oh, on
Yeah.
what?
I want to guess.
What depth?
Bench actually.
Oh, bench.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I opened up with 225. My max is 225.
Yeah, boy.
I was hoping by some magic, ooh, it's all gonna come together, you know? And even back then, my program was quite interesting because what used to happen is I would do my last heavy, my last session would be 7 days before the meet.
Oh, and
Yeah,
then
I've
stop
heard of people
lifting.
talk about that before, like have a taper week where they just don't train for a week.
yeah,
I always
literally.
found that crazy.
Because like it worked for a while. Then after Centrals, like I was so detrained and I still didn't understand what was going on. I'm like, why was that? Maybe pressure or some stuff like that. I didn't realize what it was because I just go into the game, you know. I'm like, oh, okay, that's weird. Then I after that I went on vacation because I'm like, damn, that was embarrassing. I didn't want to say I went on vacation. I came back and I did. Oh, actually, yeah, that's the wrong. Then I came back and I think I did the World's Gym because I wanted to get some confidence back. So I went to a random gym to go show up some strength. I did that. Then I went to another gym to kind of no, another Centrals, I think, or something like that. I don't remember the timeline, but I did Centrals again. Then, of course, Nationals, and kept going that way for the past, I guess, 9 years. Yeah.
Yeah, because your
Wow.
first nationals was like 2017, right?
Here we go. He has to be because
Yeah.
2016 first competition, you know, local meets, provincials, centrals, the nationals in
Then
probably
nationals.
February or something like that.
How many
And-
nationals have you done? I was gonna ask, was it 4 or 5?
Oh, 7, 8, 17, 18, 19, 20. Skip 21. Skip 22, I think. No, I think I did 22, 23, 24. I think that's 7, I think, if I counted
Oh
correctly.
wow.
Mhm.
Yeah, because 21 was COVID, yeah?
I think you
that
Yeah, I
didn't
don't
was
do
think
the
there was.
2022.
There was no.
There was no 21. So there's I didn't do 22
No, you
actually.
didn't. Yeah.
Yeah, I signed up, then family came around. My sister had a baby. I haven't seen the baby, so they came around. I just canceled that stuff, and then that's when Luke actually broke my record.
Oh yeah.
Okay. And first place was what? Jonathan Cruz, yeah?
Yeah, Jonathan Cruz.
Oh, okay. Oh, I remember that one. Yeah, that was a tough meet for Luke. I remember that one.
Yeah, I was pissed.
I
So
know.
bad. But yeah, that's when I finally like I wanted to take that record like after COVID because you had it for how long? Always? Was it just yours?
Honestly, I've had it for a minute. I broke like Josh Hancock. I don't know if you guys know who that is, but
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I guess you guys are not young actually. Well, he had the record for a while. I think I broke it in 2017 or 18 provincials. And since 2018, I've just been breaking my record and like chipping it for, I guess, for a while then. Since 2020, yeah. So you broke
My
it actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. And then you came and you took it back. That's when you did that local meet. I think you squatted around there and then you from then on it's been yours, right? I guess Luke
Exactly.
had it. Other
Oh,
Luke.
Luke took it at Centrals and,
Oh, yeah, Luke
then once-
Homer, yeah.
Yeah, that's true. Luke took it and I took it back at Nationals.
Damn, the Lukes are after you, man.
I know. If there's any other Luke in 74, I'm coming for him.
No, man, that's good. So like every other nationals, your first one and the ones after that, I think 2019 was when you got close to winning, but I guess 2017, 2018 you had like no shot or what was that like?
Oh no, I was, you know what? 2017 to 2018, 2019, I was always like fourth and fifth. And honestly, it felt good to be there because I was a squat guy. I'll come do my squats, do my shit, break a record, and just coast and have a jolly good time,
Yeah.
And it was good to just be there. Then I think I did like a pro show meet in
Oh, yeah.
2018, maybe 19. And for the longest time, Chris Dang was the guy in charge. It was strong, man. He had nice bench and a big deadlift as well. Then we competed in the same meet at the pro show, and I won. And I think that just kind of, I beat the guy. Okay. Then that kind of gave me some really good confidence going in. Then right after that, I think I did a provincials, yes, with Mark Tobias. But like I was always doing my long little 8 months, 4 months break type situation. I completed provincials with Tobias and I managed to win again. He broke my record. Oh shit, Mark actually broke my record, and I took it again
In
in the
the same
same
meet?
Yeah, you say me back to back. Yeah,
Like,
that was fun.
you're
That
like,
was fun
nope.
actually. Yeah.
Yeah, good try. He held it for like what, a minute?
Yeah, right. Full flight.
Okay, so I was gonna say you mentioned it, you would take big breaks, right? And I think for
Yeah.
a while you weren't too serious in that regard with your training. Like you liked how it felt when you did well, you liked breaking records, and the fact that you could do that without training crazy hard all the time is amazing. Then it came to a point, I guess, where like you started taking things more seriously, right? Like back then it was like you take like months off. That's correct?
That is true. I used to take a good amount of time because my training at that time was just it was awful, man. My coach at the time, he got me strong, gave me a really good, strong baseline for where I am right now. But in the time, 2, 3 hours in the gym, that's a lot of time for me, you know. I just crazy amount of volume, doing 495 for what, 5 6 or 5 in 2019.
Oh wow.
I don't even do that right now, you know?
Yeah.
So it was just, I was always just demolished. And, I would do a competition after that. I'm like, yeah, I'm taking a break. I'm just
Mm,
exhausted,
you're done.
1 month. And I just, and the summertime is so fun in Toronto. There's always so much to do downtown. So I just explore, have fun with friends, go out, vacation, just all that kind of stuff. So I used to take big breaks. I just really wanted to. I just couldn't. And sometimes actually just had to do with just like work schedule, work was too hard, I'm just exhausted, or I couldn't manage my school or training time or just work time. And sometimes it was just sometimes I didn't want to.
Yeah.
Um then it came to a time where I think no, I guess no, it was just last year. I just
I was
it
waiting
was
to
just
call cap on whatever you said.
it was just last year. I think before Westerns, I took like a 6 months or 7 month break. Then the Westerns came up and like, okay, here's a chance to actually represent Canada and that kind of stuff. And I've always wanted to, so I thought maybe this is a shot. I messaged my coach, Panda Powerlifting, Trullo, is his name? Nick is his name. I messaged him like, okay, like a long ass message. We're doing this for a long time. I think it's finally time I actually try and secure a W and actually go to Worlds and all that kind of fun stuff. Then it's like, oh, absolutely, but you can't do that taking time off. Also, you can't do that
Mhm.
training 3 days a week. I'm like, you know what? This is me committing 4 days a week to training and no taking time off, and let's see how far it gets us. So I prepped for Westerns. I was going hard into it. Then my family reached out and said we wanted to do like a family vacation in the UK. And the UK trip turned into like a 3 week Europe trip as well. And I'm like, I just told this guy I was not gonna take a time off. I was gonna be, oh, damn it, oh. And I'm like, boy, it's family. Something always comes up.
Yeah.
So I tried my best. When I went to the UK, I was training in the UK, but then I went to Europe and I was going to different countries. I just couldn't. So I took like maybe 2 weeks of not training. And right away I got back. I'm like, I'm back. Let's get it going. Of course, it's 2 weeks. It's nothing crazy. I was back into it, pushing for it. Then Western happened. Um, then, Western happened and we didn't get the W we wanted to because of the crazy ass risk we took, but it is what it is. I don't regret it because if I didn't do
Yeah.
that, I would have regretted it.
Mhm.
Then after that, I've not missed or taken it really, really a long time off. And it's been amazing to see how much you hold on to the peaking strength and just transition that into training. And it's been crazy. Because
Mhm.
usually I always have to start from baseline, like go back down to 405 and do that kind of stuff. But now you're back to like 545 and just moving that like it's nothing. It's just been amazing, really.
Yeah. Yeah, because Westerns, you went to push your record extremely high, right? Like, what did
Yeah.
you loaded? You had to,
296.
yeah, 296, and
Yeah,
then you had missed the second. You're like, I'm going for it anyway. Like, this is what I need to do, and it just wasn't
exactly.
there.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Um, that's all good though. Like that would have been your a millionth time pushing that record super high. It
Yeah,
is
it
what it
would.
is.
It is what it is. Yeah. The
Yeah.
286.5, of course, I scored at that, and there was no chalk on my back, and it just kind of rolled forward. And there was no points fighting a weight I knew I could have done because I knew I need to do 296 right after. So it's just 286, it's no problem. And me getting that, if I got it and failed the second one, I was out of the game regardless. So I kind of just saved the strength and went for 296 because that's what I thought I would need it. And actually, that's what I needed when I did the math in my head. I did that, and 296, I just went down, went up. I'm like, oh no, 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 no. It was heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a lot of weight.
That's a massive squat to even attempt at 163. So
That would
and
have
you
been
do
like
get it.
what, the second biggest squat ever at 74? Like it's
Yeah, it would be
Yeah, at
Perk or
that
him.
it's like
time,
Perk, and then a couple people have done what, 285, 298. That's kind of it, right?
you know what's
Mhm.
surprising? Actually, really. Oh, yeah, I know. I forgot about Taylor. I can't do that. Is the man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Taylor. Well, Perk, Taylor, and
Maybe
it would
Tim.
have been Tim, then me.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
because I guess
What
not
did
too
Taylor
shabby.
do? Like 303 or something?
I'm not
Yeah.
sure
I
what Taylor's
think Taylor
numbers
did
are.
303. Yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something
'Cause
nasty. This was a long time ago.
that's some elite company for squatting.
Mhm.
Right?
Yeah, well, even now, because you ended up doing, and we'll talk about Nats very shortly, but you do have one of the best squats at 74. Like even still, even though the time has progressed, and it's still just a crazy squat. So, yeah, we'll talk about that too. And like when you get to Worlds, you might even have an opportunity there too. So we'll touch on that soon. So after Westerns, you just hopped right back into training, and at the time, you knew, okay, well, it is what it is. Did you hop right back into training right after that?
Right away.
Yeah.
Because after I went back to the hotel room, even Western was an experience on its own. Because that meets, I've never had so much pressure in competing before in my life. It was just I put so much pressure on myself because of other people and myself, because I knew I needed to win this. And I figured if I got this particular number, I had to do it. And during squats, I don't know what anxiety is. I don't experience that. I'm so grateful for that. But that time, in that period, I'm like, oh, this is what people talk about. I was so anxious. I was almost shaking, really, like, what happens if I fail the squat, if I don't get depth, if this happens? And I was just extremely just worried and scared. So after I actually failed the second and third squat, the sigh of relief, I just felt so relieved, like, okay, now it's out of the way. I can't even win. And I just actually just had fun, which is kind of
Yeah.
silly, or not even silly, but just an interesting way to think or even experience at the moment. But I went back to the hotel room after the meet happened. Back to same thing. Back to the phone to Chilo. We start talking about what happened. Of course, it's like, why did you go 296.5? I'm like, you know me, I'm gonna have to do what I have to do. It's just what it is. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. And he tells me that. He's like, why'd you do that? I tell him what happened. And he's telling me, like, the fact is you can't keep chasing people, man. You can't keep chasing the competition. Your strength is at this place, It's not magically gonna just go there. You can't hope to just squat 350 today. It doesn't work that way. Kind of put some sense into me. I mean, actually kind of come up with a game plan already, even after the meet, telling me like what the plan is gonna be. I'm just gonna get back into training and just hope for like a little bit more PR next meet. I'm just keep riding that wave little by little until we get to the top. Um, so Western happened right after that, back to the gym. And it was good because I held on to so much strength. It was nice where I didn't have to start for the bottom, like I said before. It was amazing. It was good. I felt strong.
Yeah. And now you guys are just stacking momentum, which is another question that we had is like, why were you always pulling for the win? And it was just trying to chase that like glory and like be like, I'm number one. And then
Well, there's no point going to the competition. If I was, maybe seventh or eighth, there's no way I can pull for the win. But because I'm always in that top three, top four, top five spot, and it's not like I'm so far away from the top guy. I thought sometimes I legitimately thought I could pull for the win, like in the 315 that was 700 pounds.
yeah.
Sometimes I'm delusional, just like maybe I can. And you try it. If you don't, it's just what it is. You have nothing to lose anyways. But I know there's some sense in there's logic where I know like, okay, that's crazy, but it could be fun to do anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, because I think it was 2020 Nats where like it was you, Connor Lutz and Ben Langley, and then you go to pull. I think it was actually 315. And like
I think it was, yeah.
I don't know if it was me and Kyle were standing beside each other, but I was talking to someone, and then you're coming out, and you're like, and then you're smiling so big, like you spoke about at the beginning of the episode, and you're so excited. I'm like, okay, he's gonna do it. He's gonna do it. And you tugged it. You got it like I think like to like what, like just below the knee or something. But
Yeah. That meet actually, that's the energy in the room for that 315 has been unmatched for the rest of my powerlifting career. It was insane. I have the video in my archive right now, and sometimes I just go back into it and it was
to watch.
just it was mental. People were yelling. I'm like, oh, did they think I can actually do this? Oh, okay. Deep down, I knew like it was Matt Ghostman that was coaching me. I knew deep down it was gonna be like a 30 or 40 kilo PR, which is insane. But I'm like, I've got third place secured. I have nothing to lose. If it comes up, it comes up. If it doesn't, oh well. And that's
Yeah,
what happened. But it was so fun. It was such a good time.
exactly. You have like a core memory now from that
Yeah, I do
experience.
actually. Yeah, that was quite experience.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, because you're always going to pull for that win, and then we get into the prep for nationals, and I mean this is probably the meat and potatoes of the episode where people are gonna be like listening in. I'm sure you have some things to say. I think for the most part, because you had always like tried to reach for this big total, your total that you were nominated with was quite low. So I think maybe even the people who see you lifting and they know that you're strong, they might have even thought like probably not because they see people like Blake, who Blake is sometimes inconsistent, but he at least has some good totals that are up here. So he was very confident. Some people didn't like fully believe in like your potential. And how did that feel like just listening to Blake and other people talk so highly and kind of disregard you?
um, I don't take a lot of things personal. It's not that serious. But the one thing that got to me was the video from Clean Strength Media, the
Yeah.
Mali
Yep.
boys. I was just confused. I'm like, just Blake, no one else? Maybe not me, maybe someone else. But just you guys think is that for sure? Is the man?
Mm-hmm.
He's untouchable? That one I'm like, okay, wait. But again, it's not that serious. I just went to the comments and I put a little meme there.
Noted. Or yeah, what did you say? What did
It
you
was a
comment?
little meme from friends of what's his name? The temp. What's his name? It was just what little it was basically temp with a notepad crossing off someone's
Oh,
name. So that was me just like
you're like
basically
bet.
noted, I got you. Um, that was just that was funny. Prior to that, of course, I listened to your recap. I know you got me, for first place because I know we spoke about it a little bit in the messages. Trevor's like Lanre might pull for the win. If he does, he does. And Kyle,
I
I
didn't remember
knew
what he
I
said.
knew you were capable of like a big total, but to be honest, like just because like those other guys had posted, like just looking at it, because we had a spreadsheet, right? And like I
yeah,
think your last total was like it wasn't even close. So I was like, it was hard for me to
yeah.
be like, yo.
Yeah, I know. I know. That was I think the perfect situation for me because I was the underdog in the situation because of the total I had. But deep down, I knew that was not even close to what our skipper was doing, which is perfect because everyone counted me out in a sense. But that was perfect because I just kind of snuck right in there and they're like, oh, what's going on? Larry's on top. Um, but of course, I also saw the video of Blake on what video is that? Oh, it's also Clean Strength, no? It's the same video, isn't it?
I think it was our podcast, probably.
When
Oh
he
yeah,
came
yeah, yeah. Okay,
on.
yeah. Oh yes, because you guys brought him on and he said some harsh things. And
He's crying.
he said some things, of course, nothing serious, very respectful. But it was just like the confidence was very surprising. Because you have to be certain. I personally thought the way he was talking, it was gonna total 800. Because you have to have that kind of numbers to back up that kind of statement, or to
Mm.
talk like that. But of course, he was the guy. I guess it's still the guy with the best total. He had every right to talk a certain way. He can do whatever he wants, of course. But I was like, I was talking to myself, if this guy, because I've done the math in my head, I'm like, okay, Max Blake is gonna total 755 on a great day. And I did the math for myself on a great day, 740, 75, 750. And I'm like, that's literally not that bad. And of course, there's the other guys. I didn't know about Jeremy at the time. I knew about no, I can't do it. What's his name? Fuck. Oh, Jared. Jared, I knew was gonna put up a big total as well. Unfortunately, I counted corner lots. I kind of knew it wasn't gonna come out with anything crazy. Just because the other competition he had, and prior to that, I just knew we couldn't put it all together because of his deadlifts. That kind of holds
Mm.
him back, and now his squats is also holding him back because of depth. But yeah, I didn't take it personally. I kind of knew, exactly what I need to do. The one thing is because I've said so many times, the chocolate era is coming. I'm coming, chocolate king, this, and that, And I strongly believed every time I said it, I was gonna come out on top. Because you can't go to a competition where you're literally top three, top four, and you're close to the other guys and just come in defeated already. If not, you already lost.
Mm.
So the one thing that was in my head is here was basically I've said this so many times. Kind of embarrassing to keep saying I'm coming, I'm coming. When am I gonna come? Oh, pause. That kind of stuff. But eventually I said, you know what? I truly believe I'm capable of pulling up with such a good total. I'm capable of winning, and it just turned out really well because I just knew at maybe week 2, week 3, all I thought was if I put my best total, the best I can do, there's nothing else I can do. If it's good enough, it is what it is. I win. If it's not, I did my best. I can't really do much. And I think that mentality kind of just got a little switch in me. And I was so chill, like, oh well.
Yeah. And did you have that mentality like the whole time, every time that you competed? Or like when you would
Oh,
come third and fourth, did you ever be like, oh, well, maybe I'm just never going to win?
back in the day when I was fourth, fifth, that was just my spot. I just liked it there. I just thought I could never win because the guys were just so far ahead. I didn't think
Mhm.
so. Then 19, 20, 23, I think. Then I was like, okay, maybe. And I was just okay with I wasn't okay with losing, honestly. No, it kind of got to me sometimes. Because the first time Blake actually we went up against each other was 2019. He won by one
Yeah.
kilo, and that one haunted me for a minute. I think I
Yeah.
had plans with maybe Luke or Clifton, someone after the meet to like go get some food somewhere. I'm like, I'm sorry, I can't. I go to my hotel room, order a big Domino's pizza and wings, and I'm just eating that stuff. Even like just eating that, that one got me good. But ever since then, I really can't really take anything personal or like take it to heart, get back to work or take 8 months break. Oh well, it is what it is.
Whatever you feel like.
Whatever you feel like.
Yeah. Okay, so let's get into a little bit to touch on the actual comp day
Yeah.
because we were texting, I think, like the night before that, and then the morning of, and you kept telling me like, "Oh, I'm a little heavy." Like you're telling me the numbers, and I was like, "He is heavy," but obviously, I'm not gonna reply like, "Oh, like be
Yeah.
worried," because I don't want to like get you like worried and maybe your sleep's bad. All these other things can happen, right? So
Yeah.
I'm like cheering you on and stuff, and then it gets closer the morning of your weigh-in was at what 12 noon.
11.
Okay, 11 a.m. So
Yeah.
you woke up at like just to put it out there, you made weight with 5 minutes to spare. So
Yeah.
like
So
it
around
was
there.
super close. So when
Yeah.
you woke up, like what time did you wake up and what were you weighing and how did you make weight?
Okay. So I knew because of last night, because the day before, me and my fiance, we were just exploring PEI. It was a great time, the vibe, and I told her, I'm like, yo, I feel too good right now. Like it's got me worried because I'm cutting weight, but I feel too good. So I'm like, okay, I had my last little bit of snack and drink, 16 hours out. I woke up around maybe 8:39 because I knew I needed to wake up early-ish in case I'm still over and kind of, do what I have to do. I did take laxative like the night before, but I don't think I took enough or
Mm.
long enough, so that didn't take effect. But anyway, I wake up. I was in mid hotel, so I drive over to the other hotel with the scale. I get on there. I'm like, what, 75.5, which is a kilo and a half or somewhere around there. I'm like, uh-oh. I put my clothes back on. I jump in the car. I race over there. I'm like, yo, I'm not good. But at this point, I'm like, no, maybe I can spit this out. And once I can pass this stuff in my stomach, I'll be good. I'm spitting, and nothing's coming out. I'm spitting, of course, a lot of spit's coming out, but I just I couldn't take a dump. Um, so I go again around like 10, 15, 10, 20 before Wayne's to the other gym, and I lost maybe at this point I'm like 75.2. or 3, I'm like, oh boy, okay, we're not doing good. Go back to this stuff. I'm like, the only other option is freaking sauna. I bring my jeans and my hoodie into the sauna. I wear it in there. In there, I meet another guy competing against me. Actually, I can't really pronounce his name. He actually didn't make weight, unfortunately. Yeah.
Oh, dang.
Then I met another couple in there that were not even powerlifting related. And I'm trying to
Mhm.
spit in there, but this guy's just yapping our ears off. I'm like, dude, like, but it was a good conversation. I'm a nice guy. I kept talking to him and I'm spitting. He's like, sorry, sir, what are you doing over there? And I have to explain the whole situation. But
Yeah.
anyways, I kept spitting. The guy that was trying to lose weight as well was putting weight. I had the scale outside. So I checked it as well. And at this point, I'm not moving, maybe max 75 kilos. Now, at this point, the competition, the weighing already started already. So I went upstairs, try and take a dump again. I peed a bunch, a little bit maybe, spat some more, stayed in the center for 30 minutes again. At this point, it's like 12. At 12 o'clock, I go to the weigh-ins and I'm like 74 points, maybe 5, I would say. I'm like, okay, I got 30 minutes. No, I think I was more than that, but yeah, I got 30 minutes because the weigh-in ends at 12:30. So I go into the sauna geared up. Then my girl had my phone and Mally texted my phone saying, yo, do you need a sauna suit? And I'm like, and she basically, I think, yeah, she said yes, or I said yes, I can't remember. And she dashes over to get the sauna suit from Mally. He gives it to me. That stuff is still dripping wet. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I put that stuff on. I put it on. I was not expecting it to be as hot as it was. It
Yeah.
was next level. I actually put the my clothes on, then put the sunsuit on top. Then my phone was my girl, and she read the message again. It was like, Mallory says, put the sunsuit on your body, then put the clothes on top. I'm like, oh, okay, I take it off and I put it on. It gets even hotter at this point. At this point, I'm just done. I'm depleted. My head is on the wall thinking, PEI is a nice vacation spot. I can actually have a good time. It's just if I make it, it wasn't it. If I don't, it's fine. I was so tired, man. At like 12:15, 12:20, I'm just like walking over there with my girl helping me to the weighing room, going like, it is what it is. I've done my best. Of course, I always go completely naked. I need every kilo off I can. Every gram I can. I jump on. I put my hand on the wall. I'm like, fuck, let's go. I get on it. I'm like 74.83. I'm like, fuck, thank God. Just the
73.
relief in
You mean
there. And
73.3.
oh, sorry, 73.83.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
what?
I know.
You missed.
Oops,
Let
you
him
guys were not
go.
supposed to know that. Shit.
He paid them off.
Um, 73.83. The judge over there that was in there when the weigh-ins was so nice. It was like, because he was cheering for me as well, just like hoping I made weights. Unfortunately, the other guy never made it through, like I told you guys. After that point, I go to the next room. My girl's already in there. I'm getting my equipment check done in there. I go outside. I think I see Luke there. And it's like, you good? I'm like, yeah, we made weight. At this point, next up, what do? You gotta get rehydrated. But I didn't have enough time from to rehydrate to
And
squat
warm up.
and warm
Yeah.
up. It was just I had to do the best I could. So yeah.
Because if
So were
weighing closes
you
at 12:30, does that mean lifting starts at 1, basically? Like, where's the flight starting at 1 or?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
so. But I was in
The
flight
second flight?
B,
Yeah.
the second
Yeah.
flight.
Okay.
So that was a huge, that was a huge thing. It helped a lot, obviously.
Yeah. And so were you like taking warm ups and like trying to like chug water and Pedialyte, or like what were you doing?
So I had my little concoction going on. Of course, my Trioros in my waters. I chugged like 2 of those quick. Took like just like a regular bottle of water, no Triol in there. Chugged that. I took my Gatorade with Triol in there again. Chugged that. At this point, I'm so bloated. Now I need to get some food in myself. What did I have to eat? Oh yeah, I got some brioche buns. Brioche buns and honey, I believe. Yes. Um, yeah, I get that going. but still, of course, it doesn't act. It's not magic. It doesn't just happen that way. So I'm still quite
Mhm.
sluggish. But having some water in my system just feels nice. It just tastes delicious, you know. So after that, then my media handler, why am I forgetting names? Emma
Emma.
from Maker's Mark. No, Make Your Mark Fitness. Here we go.
Yeah.
She comes up and is like, "Yeah, we gotta start warming up." I'm like, "Yo, I'm not even close to being ready." So I'm putting my knee sleeves on, my gear on. Then she comes up. We still have some more time in there, but at least I had to move from where I was to like actually the warm up area. So I started getting ready, eating some more, drinking some more. But I couldn't. Obviously, you guys know how it is. You can't drink too much. If not, it's too bloated and you
bloated.
can't use the belts, and it's a whole shebang. And also, there's
Mhm.
another trick of if you take too much, from previous experiences, if you take too much salt and not enough liquid to water and food, you know what happens after that. You
Mhm.
have some osmotic diarrhea, which have happened in that. I've had a lot in most competitions. You guys don't even know. So unfortunately, I figured that out, which is like all those little mishaps in competition that people don't know about. I kind of had everything all written down and figured everything out to have it like a make sure it doesn't happen again, which is why it turned out pretty good again. But of course, I
Yeah.
could feel things going on, so you know what to do. I know what to do to fix all these little things, and it worked out good. Then we started warming up, and the weights were now moving as it should. Because of course, 1, 2 plates. Because I put my belts on at 1 plate, because I knew I needed a little something. You know, I put my belt right away at 1 plate. At that point, I'm tiny bit bloated, but it's okay. I got time to burp and pee maybe a little bit. Not pee, actually, burp. I started going up at like 4 plates. I'm like, oof, okay, but it's okay. I try not to like
Think
realize or
about it.
tell.
Yeah.
The thing about it, I never say bad things out. So I don't say that kind of stuff because
Yeah.
I really believe in the power of the tongue. I say tongue and mouth.
Yeah.
So yeah, we start warming up. I get 4 plates deep, and I'm like, oof, it's not moving as good, but it's okay. Then I start cramping as well. Take a little
Oh.
something for that. Um, then I take my last heavy squat, maybe 250, I think actually. Yeah, 250. I take that. It feels not great, but it's okay. I'll do whatever I have to do. And I know usually I need lots of time to break before my next little squat from my opener.
Opener.
So I just waited it out. So at that point, I wasn't feeling great still, honestly. But of course, better than an hour ago.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, because the squat is your event where you have to take your lead. And that's the first one that you do when you just dehydrate yourself for like 2 hours. So it's like it's a tough one. But it's good that it worked out because you went out there, you opened at, I don't know, 265, whatever. And then you ended
yeah,
off at what was it? 286 and a half?
that's correct. Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So you pushed the record and you set yourself up well. And was that kind of what you expected yourself to squat or
No, the plan was 265, 282.5, and 296.
Mhm.
Dang.
Uh, I felt ready for it. I felt extremely strong to squat during my preps. I've moved weights like I've never before prep, and that's why it kind of gave me confidence. Um, I wanted 296 because I did the math. I thought it was gonna. I told you, Blake. I thought Blake was gonna total like 750 or something like that. So I thought I needed 296.5. It's even on my board on my phone somewhere here. 296.5, 147.5, and 310. Um, so once I kind of didn't have that squat day, I'm like, okay, it's okay. We can see how fun. But I took the record too. I was still in good spirits, so that was okay.
Mhm. And you went on to PR the bench, and then
Yes.
I mean, which is actually really big because,
It
like,
was
as
a
you heard,
pretty big PR, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think
yeah,
it was like a 5 kilo PR.
yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, which is juicy for me because for the longest time I was stuck in a certain weights. And I just the one thing that really helped was like changing from 3 days a week to 4 days benching.
Hmm.
And like it was huge. I know I opened up pretty easy. I knew the number I could get.
Mhm.
147.5 was the number. I knew I could
Yeah.
get it no matter what. I was hoping for 150, but 147.5 was good enough.
Yeah,
Yeah, because I kind of remember you used to be like right around that 135 mark for a long time,
Oh
weren't
yeah,
you?
I was there for a
Yeah.
minute, man. Oh yeah.
What was your like
Yeah.
training body weight around? Like, what were you walking around at before the meet?
Oh, my sweet number is 78.23.
Oh, geez.
78.2 or 78.3, yeah.
Okay, so you cut a good amount. What did
Yeah.
you like before the like? Did you water load the whole week before, kind of thing, and do a water
Oh
cut? Or?
yeah, the trick
Okay.
is I would do a water load, I do a little gut cut.
Okay.
Yeah, and it took like I tried this little protocol at Westerns, and I tried it at what was that meet? Oh, Nationals 2023. That I only got one deadlifts, but I learned from that one. So yeah, 78.8 is what no, 78.3 is what I usually that's the average, of course. Um, then we just cut down to what's it called, 74. Before I left Toronto though, for there, I already started my water loading, which kind of screws the scale. But of course, I was like 77 on the dot before I left Toronto. Uh, this is why water loading, of course. Then when I got there, I was I think walking around like 76 in PEI
Okay.
before the trip. Yeah,
Mm.
There's a pretty big cut, like over 4 kilos, right?
yeah,
Like,
Hmm.
yeah.
Yeah,
But
do
that's
you
so
like so
dope.
you dieted a bit before you left Toronto though? Like you dieted down to like 77 and then water cutter.
yeah, so another thing that actually happened since Weston is like usually the entire time I never track macros, but Nick said I actually start doing that, and also tracking macros helped because I was not eating enough. Prior to like Westerns, I promise you I was eating like maybe 1,800 calories a day.
Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah, it
Wow.
was. Now I think about it, I'm like, how? Because it's so quick for me because I wake up really late. I wake up around 11 o'clock every morning, and I go train. I don't eat until around 7, 8 o'clock. And then I get home around like 1 and I eat a little snack and I go to
Oh
bed.
my god.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was so sustainable, so normal for an average person. Like, but I didn't really I know, of course I didn't take into account like I'm training so often, most of that
So you
night.
started eating more like after you started tracking, you realized you're like, damn, I'm only eating like 1,800 calories. So then you
Yeah, I
guys
think
bumped it
right.
up, and I guess your weight went up a little bit more than usual.
Yes, actually, it did go up a little
Yeah.
bit, but it was fine because what happened is at that point I wasn't even tracking my weight either because I wasn't tracking food, I wasn't tracking weight. But we started tracking. Now I'm up to like 2480, 2500 basically.
That's better.
Yeah. 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 I feel
Yeah.
good. Even
Every
now, 24.
day. Yeah, that like that adds up. Every single day you're eating way more.
The 2500 is a lot to eat because I eat a little rice every day and some ground
Hmm.
beef and chicken stuff like that. But I need to have like this amount of food, and
Hmm.
sometimes I have to like force myself after work to kind of eat stuff.
Yeah, because you don't want to, because you're not
No, I
used to
don't
it.
want to.
And like with your
No.
job, you're always busy speaking to people, doing things. So it's like when you get home, you're just like I just go to bed, like I'm tired.
Yeah. Yeah. Late nights. Well, it's fun. I love it. It's so fun.
Yeah, yeah, we'll
Yeah, it
get
worked though,
into
because your
that.
training going into this one was like going crazy compared to previous preps, right? So obviously eating more helped a lot.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, huge, huge factor. It's so silly that it took me what 7 years to realize, but at least I realize now.
Yeah, it clearly made a difference, especially in the bench. Because like Trevor said, like I think even a year ago you were down like 10 kilos on bench.
Yes, that's true. That's crazy, huh? Yeah.
Yeah.
Wasn't it? I swear the
And
deadlift was an even bigger PR, wasn't it? Or
Yeah,
no?
it was. Oh yeah. It was. Oh yeah. I think what my best pull was 292.5. I think that was like 2 years ago.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Um, then I put on what 305, pretty good. The deadlift, I always knew I had a big deadlift in me, but I just couldn't put it together. I just couldn't. Because the squat usually fatigues me. Then of course the transitions I can't. It didn't work out the way it usually did. But it worked out on a perfect day.
Mhm.
Yeah, I
But
feel
now
like
you
you're
have
also
it
the
all
kind of
set
lifter
up.
that like in training, like sometimes you can't express like how strong you actually are, like when you're under fatigue of lifting. So
Yeah,
it's hard to
yeah.
tell where you're actually at. Like I knew like watching your prep, I was like, okay, he's ahead of like where you normally are, but you
Yeah.
definitely like peak really well like into the meet, right?
Oh, I did. Because in the
Yeah.
gym, my mentality, I've never lived. I'm always a so happy, jolly guy. And I was this prep, close to the prep, I started lifting really hangry for deadlifts. Oh, it works. Oh yeah, I just got like just got really angry and pissed and put some music in my head and just ripped the bar up and like okay, I kind of knew like I could pull something nasty, um, but I didn't know it was gonna move so well.
It
Yeah, it
moved.
was
Yeah.
305 you pulled for the win, right? I think, right?
Yeah, exactly. At third I opened up with 265. Went 285. My 20 keys jump. I loved it. I love 20. Then 305 for the pool. It's funny because I knew I had 300 because at this time, all that was in my head is my coach telling me, don't need to chase crazy numbers, just a
Mm.
little chip, you know? So I'm like, okay, no, the 300 was gonna do. But then Emma, my midday coach, was like, you know what, you got 305 easy. I think you got 305. Then Ian comes around and says, you always pull for the main man. You can pull 305. I'm like, I think about it for a minute. I'm like, yo, should I? Then I'm like, why is this even a question anymore? It's what I do, you know? Put it on. Then they call my name out for the third attempt. I'm speaking to God. I'm speaking to myself. I'm losing my mind. I'm talking to the pole. I'm hitting my head on the pole. I'm just losing it. Then I go in there. I'm just like, oh, it's time. It's time. It's my time, you know? I rip up the bar. And once I lift it up, usually taking it up to my knee is pretty easy. Then just finishing it, obviously, is the hardest part. I take it up to my knee and it's not stopping. I'm like, oh, and I lock it up top. I was just in disbelief how easy and smooth he moved. And I'm not open up. You guys have seen the photo, just in
Yeah.
shock. And at that time, it really hasn't processed that was the number to beat. Because of course they told me 305 you can pull for the win, but that means nothing because I know Blake can pull, and I know the other two guys can pull as well, Jeremy and Justin. So I'm like, it doesn't really, but I was just so amazed and in disbelief that you can pull more than this, and I
Yeah.
think
Yeah,
that's
it
what I
moved
was
very
really
well.
thinking of. Because yeah, that's what I was thinking of. I'm like, yo, I can pull more than this, and I was just honestly in that moment I was thinking of the future, like, yo, what can you pull next time?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
I
looked
remember.
good.
I
I
think me
remember
and
watching it.
Kyle
We were
were.
both shocked, like, because you got to the top of your mouth just opened, like you totally shocked yourself. You're like, damn, I did that.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah, I remember
exactly.
watching the 285, and I was like, "Oh, there's a chance he can get this. It's probably gonna be hard." And then you just blew it up.
Yeah, I don't even know how. Because exactly, I started 285. It didn't move like, oh, it's got 305 for sure. You know,
Mm,
it moved good. But 305, I think, just the mix of like the adrenaline and emotions, and just like wanting it so bad, and
yeah,
it came out it was good. I just felt nice that it was good. I felt good.
yeah. So did you like actually watch the guys all pull after you, or you just kind of hung out in the back, or?
Okay, what happened is I was in my own head the entire time. I wrapped around, of course, like people dabbing me up and stuff like that. It still hasn't happened because I wrap around to the other spot because I think was it Blake going next? I think it was Blake,
I think
Justin,
so.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
So Blake was going next. I'm going around, and there are a bunch of boys over there. Jerry, and Dan, you're talking. I'm like, yo, I can't believe I did that. That's crazy. They're like, yo, national champ. I'm like, yo, crazy me. I can't believe it. We're talking and stuff like that. Then they're like, then someone is like, yo, it's not over yet, man. Blake is still pulling. Three more guys are still gonna pull. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I can't believe I just pulled 305. I can't believe I just did that, you know? But then we turn around and, Blake comes up. It's pretty easy way for him, you know? The whole point is he going to tear his groin or is he going to lose, lose balance? So it pulls it up and I'm like, and I see a little, he dropped the bar too
Yeah.
early. And I'm like, maybe, and of course, the light did not come on at the perfect time, and everyone's just in suspense, like, what's going on? Well, I kind of saw his reaction on the floor. I kind of knew he kind of knows he
Mm,
didn't get it. So I'm like, okay, I think I'm good. Then, of course, he didn't get it. Then there's two more guys going. I didn't think they could pull the weights. Of course, they can pull, but I didn't think they could pull 315 that day. If
mm,
that was the number they tried to pull, I didn't think they could. Justin, I knew it was going to be harder for Justin than it was for Jeremy because I did see Justin pull his last warm up um, in the back, and I didn't think he had a lot more. He moved good, but I didn't think he had a lot more to pull like enough to push the guys ahead.
mm.
Jeremy, nice big puller. I fuck with Jeremy. I really like Jeremy. He's just such a nice guy. Jeremy pulled to his knee, but I knew he couldn't lock it out.
Mhm.
So after, yeah, Blake was the one. I was like, oh, maybe. Once it was out, I was like, I was getting shocked again. Like, oh shit, I actually won this. That's crazy. I was just in shock. Of course, Blake came up. Everyone dapped me up. Like, how does it feel? I'm like, it feels damn good. But it was nice. It's what a feeling to have.
Yeah. And how long was that buzz, that crazy feeling? Like, was it just
Bro, I'm feeling right now, man.
goosebumps?
Yo, it's still going, man. It just because there's a thing about maybe if you lose and there's motivation, but there's something about winning and trying to stay on top. That just is even more motivating. And I didn't expect that. Because now I just know I can do so much more. Because 739 was definitely not my best, my biggest total. It is my biggest total, but it's not what I'm capable of. I know I can do something nasty soon. So that just motivates me, just put in the work, just time. But yeah, the buzz is still there. After that meet, I think I stuck around for the next day. Or actually, I failed the next day. Came back home, just having a good time with me and my girl. Then went on vacation. The boss was vibes as well, because just taking that. The whole thing was the vacation was planned alongside the competition. And I was kind of sad, like, yo, what happens if you lose? I ain't gotta go on vacation. That's not gonna be a good time, you know? So it kind of just worked out perfectly.
And when you were on the vacation, something big happened, man. Like maybe even a lot more important, a lot bigger of a PR than
I
winning
know, right?
national.
I know, right? I
So
secured myself a fiance. That's what I did. Yeah, we went over to Mexico, and I popped the question over there because that was even why it was even a bigger of a risk. Because I think Luke knew about the engagement and stuff in the DMs, so I'm like, yo, it'd be nice to kind of take the W and roll right into a proposal, man. I think it's like say something like a back-to-back queen or something like that. I'm like, that'll be nice, huh? Then I'm also
yeah,
like, yo, what happens if you lose? You're gonna be a little bitch and like, don't
be
ruin
all
the trip.
sad. Like
Be
you
sad,
want
what?
this.
Just like, do you want this? I don't. You get a goat, I get nothing. Like, what is this? I don't. It's not fair.
This is not fair. Yeah, man. Actually, one of the questions on because we put up a post on our Instagram page was, were you more nervous for asking the question or for going out for that third pull?
Ooh. Oh. You know what? That's a good question. Oh, okay. For the proposal, I wouldn't say I was nervous because first off, if you're gonna pop a question, you better
You
know
should
she's gonna
know.
say yes. Or you should know. Okay. No, no, she don't know. It's not a betting game or guessing. Of course, I knew she's gonna say yes, but I was nervous actually.
Mhm.
And I kind of almost ruined the surprise before, like 3 seconds before I actually popped the question. But I was more nervous than I thought I would be personally. I thought I was gonna, have everything planned. Camera person is there. The trip is planned. Everything's gonna work out perfectly. But the last like 10 steps before I popped the question, I almost ruined it because I dropped the bag too early because I didn't want the bag to be in the camera shot. So I dropped the bag too early, and she saw me drop the bag. She's like, "Why'd you drop the bag?" I'm like, "Oh, my bad. I don't know. I don't know why I did that. Sorry. I picked it up." And at this point, after all, she tells me that yeah, I thought that was quite weird of you because you don't act like that. I'm like, yeah, I don't even, yeah, I know. But that was nerve wracking. No, actually, just a little bit nervous. But I think the competition had to take the cake because I was just like, yeah, I didn't want to go back home like not winning again, man. And it's
Mhm.
exhausting. Keep going in around, 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 trying to win. It's a game, but doesn't mean it doesn't suck. And it's exhausting. I'd say it'd
Yeah.
be embarrassing as well. I'd say.
Yeah. No, that's a good answer, man. Because like obviously you were very confident she would say yes, but you weren't. You actually told me that you had doubts, and like you even said it here, like you had doubts about the 305. You're like, like let's go a little lower, and you had to get convinced into doing it.
That's correct. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I just remember like that was one of the main questions people were wondering.
That's a good question. Whoever put it out, props. That's a good question. Yeah.
Okay, and so moving forward now, meet's done, and you're back from vacation. You started training, and what is the plan for the future? Obviously, you punch your ticket to the World Championships in Germany in when is it? Like what is
2025.
next? In
25.
next
No, next
July?
June, I think. June
June,
or
July.
July.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't remember
Okay, so
actually.
obviously that's one of the things you're doing. Do you have any other plans beforehand? Like people were wondering if you're going to do the nationals that's coming up to make it a two-time national championship.
You know what? That's the tempting thing there. Because now you're thinking, yo, back to back. Who's done this before, huh? Who's done this? You know. So of course I would love to do it. Um, I'm still not sure yet, really. There will have to be something else that will convince me to do it. If not, I'm just gonna just keep riding the 8 months, wave block, training block to Worlds and see what nasty total I can put up. But no, right now, no one's really giving me a good reason to. And even my program right now, usually after competition, my Nick, my coach, sends out a program and he puts next competition. He put Worlds. He didn't put like national stuff like that. So I think most people at a certain high level feel like, yo, the plan was Worlds.
Worlds.
Like,
Yeah.
don't risk an injury, don't risk, and plus maybe save the bag as well, but I'm not sure. Although the one thing is I want to squat 300 kilos. So bad. So bad. So I don't know if I'll just go to a regular meet just at 83 or whatever, or nationals at 83. I just want to get it on my system and just get it out.
Just do it. Just like
Just
scratch
get
it
it
off.
out. Because it's just that number is in my head. I'm like, can you do it? Can you not? Maybe. If you don't cut weight, I just get it out of the way. So that will be the only reason. Maybe this video will convince my coach to give me the okay.
I
But
hope
one
he's
thing is
watching.
though too is for like the nominated totals for Worlds, you don't know if you'll be like in the A flight or whatever. So that's like another thing to consider.
Ooh.
I guess
Oh,
you
that
won't
is
know
good.
for a while though, because we did our selection so early. Like you're not gonna see what other people are hitting. But I know it is really cool to look at. Like if you can get in that top 8 or whatever to be in prime time would be really cool.
Honestly, man, you
Oh.
might want to consider doing a meet to do that because I know, and we'll speak about Worlds. We can even go into it now, but because of certain people not being in the weight class anymore, and like Kajel moving or Shell moving down, Tim moving up, you might even have a chance at podium, but you can't really do that from the B flight. I mean, maybe, but probably not. You know?
Oh,
I don't.
I
You'll
didn't
have to
think.
check with the CPU though whether they'll actually take that, even though you do have the spot, if they can use that total or not.
I don't see why not. Because like it's if you compete at 2025 nationals at 74 and submit that total, it's still legit, you know? It's just like
Yeah.
Fair
you can't,
enough.
yeah.
Oh,
I just know
that
last year they
actually.
were getting weird about it, weren't they?
Yeah, I can't, but like, because if things were normal, like this 2025 would be the meet that you qualify for
Yeah.
2025 Worlds, right? So I don't see why they wouldn't allow you to do that.
Yeah.
Interesting. Oh, that is fair actually. Because right
Because I
now,
know like that is still a competitive total, but I feel like there is a big group of guys that are like in that 740, 750 range or whatever, right?
that's correct. Yes, there's a few guys with that total that yeah. Because I know right now, of course, Perk. There's another guy named Fan, I think, or Fang. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong, but it's called by Hamstring Pappy by Sean. Second place. Then there's that third place open for next person being like be like I think his name is Wright.
Yeah. He's from Germany, I think.
German, exactly.
Yeah.
750 total
Strong guy.
right now, or 747. So the other guys are pretty close. Because now, if I have looked at it a little bit, and like the top 8, I would fit in the 739. But if someone else kind of just puts up a big number and kind of pushes me off the list, that would kind of suck. So
Yeah.
that is a good thing I came on here. That's a good thing to talk about. Okay.
Yeah, thank God your agent approved and you got
I
on
know,
the
right?
show.
Yeah, after nationals, things have changed for me, man. I got a manager. I'm signing autographs around. It's tough being a national champion, man.
We'll send over the wire transfer after this, okay?
Very good, because my time is not free. Okay, please.
Okay, well, yeah, I think I mean if you do that next nationals, there's lots that could come from it, like positives. But I mean, yeah, like if you cut and maybe like you get hurt or something, those slower odds, I think there's a lot to win and gain from it. And also the other thing I would say, and I hope that this like isn't a problem, but cutting, like I think you need to make sure that worlds you can't miss weight. That would be crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Again, I really think if the laxative did its job, I would have
It
been
would've been
okay
easy.
just spitting.
Yeah.
I think I would have been because I did end up going for a minute. you know.
Mm. Okay, true.
So I think, yeah, boy, I understand why everyone or you would think that too. So of course, it's something to get in line because every meet you learn something about weight cutting and like rehydrating and cramp and stuff like that, which I've been doing every meet. So yeah, that was
Do you
something.
drink a little coffee in the morning?
Actually, I don't drink any caffeine at all. I don't take
Oh,
any
okay.
caffeine at all. Only on meet day.
Yeah, I was gonna say the coffee sometimes helps, you know. I thought the whole time you were telling that story with
Yeah.
the laxative, I was like, I thought you were gonna say you weighed in and then you took a dump. You're gonna be like, fuck.
He's like, yo, now really? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. Because the problem is like I took a bunch of Imodium
Oh yeah, yeah, okay.
after I weighed in because I didn't want the little magic situation to happen that usually does.
Yeah.
But yeah. Okay,
So the
that's something
sauna
to take
suit
into account.
definitely helped then, eh? Because that last half hour in the sauna with the suit, like, is what.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy. Because I was okay at 73.9 anyways, but I went out to 83 like
Yeah.
in what 30 minutes or 15 minutes or something crazy like that.
Well, so you lost like probably almost a kilo because you were
Yeah.
at like you were 74.8 still, right? Or 75 when you
Yeah,
put the sauna suit
100%.
on. Yeah.
That's wow, that's crazy. Yeah, I didn't know it was yeah. Of course, I know I was gonna buy another one, buy one, but like I guess I shouldn't want to use that next time.
Yeah, you probably don't want to have to, but it might be nice because to be honest, like when you're traveling internationally too, like in like the big flight and stuff, sometimes like it changes like how you hold water and everything. So you
That's
never
true.
know.
'Cause I've heard like in international meets like roads, the meets are so fast,
Yeah.
Mhm.
and Lanre don't like fast meets.
Gotta make
No.
even bigger jumps this time.
No, literally, do my first and my third.
Yeah, skip the second, just wait.
Yeah, skip
Take
the
a little
second.
You just gotta
Okay,
start
well,
training fast though too. Just don't rest. Take 2 minute breaks.
I
he
don't know
does
about
train
that one.
fast. Don't you
Yeah.
train pretty fast? Like you don't spend too much time in the gym.
No, I try to get out of here like an hour and a half, two max.
Mhm.
For like big sessions, Monday is usually the worst session, squats and bench, and I do a bunch of accessories. But
Yeah.
some gym sessions like Friday and Saturday, I'm out of it in an hour.
Oh wow.
Yeah, pretty
So does
quick.
your upper body like bench and upper body days?
Yeah, I do like I still do two compounds, but like more like secondary compounds, like little pause squats. No, sorry, not pause. Oh, I can't give it away. What? No, I'm kidding.
He's giving away the
I do
keys.
some right on Friday and Saturday. On Friday I do squat and bench. On Saturday I do squat and bench. No, deadlifts and bench.
Okay.
But it's just really light stuff, nothing crazy. We don't really move that much weight in the gym.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll go on to just some of the questions that are probably quicker to answer. There's no rush, obviously, but we can go through these.
Gotcha.
I think we talked about the main things like, your backstory, the prep for Nats, and then the plan for the future. I remember it was, I think 2021, 2022, when you came and trained in the Garage of Games with me and Kyle. And we firsthand have seen some of the aches and pains that come with powerlifting for you, especially what was it? Was it getting out of the squat where like you always like are lying down on bench? What was it? But you always are so like, it's like you're an old man sometimes. And maybe just speak
Yeah.
on that.
I feel like an old man these days. What happened? I was deadlifting one time, and I instead of kind of following on my descent, instead of kind of like following the bar down, I kind of just let the weight pull me down. I kind of messed up the middle of my chest, my sternum, I guess. So anytime I did any kind of movement or like especially squat to get in that position, ooh la la, that was quite painful. So that's why anytime I got in there, it was always like the pain level was, and I don't like painkillers and stuff like that. So the pain level was high, man. That's why every time I squat was a problem, and also bench as well. I can bench, but getting up, I used to roll to the side. It was funny.
How long did that last? Was that like a long-term thing?
Yeah, I knew. Usually for my injuries and stuff like that, I don't do much. For some reason, I'm convinced I'm Superman and it's just gonna go away. I don't know why. It's the Nigerian in me. We're very interesting. But it just maybe it stuck around for like actually it stuck around for a minute, actually 3-4 months. I didn't do much to it because I didn't think I could really do much to it. I just think time heals most things. maybe not the best advice, but most things I think. And also, I don't try to overthink most injuries.
Overcomplicate
You
it.
know, if you crack your knees, you know, or you dislocate your knees, that's a different situation. But yeah, that has happened among other things. But yeah.
Okay. But like you've been healthy pretty much since then. I mean, like you've been getting good training in, you don't feel super old.
Oh, and that's a lie. I feel old for Westerns. I've always had like a knee problem, usually, but except for this nationals prep, I didn't have any problem. Reason why is because I kind of changed my stance. Usually, you guys notice I score really narrow, but for nationals, I was quite wide, and that took away the knee pain quick. And
Yeah.
I've stuck to it. Even though I feel more powerful and I can score deeper with narrow stance, the pain is just better and more manageable. And even pain free actually with the wider stance. I've always had like a shoulder situation. Even right now, I have a shoulder situation. Um, doing okay, but still a problem. I can't get in a good squat position, and I can't bench very well either. That is completely fine. And during the meets, during prep, I always get some. I always get something, man. Even before for Westerns and nationals, I always tweak my back. And usually what happens is I love my time off. I'm like, oh yo, I messed up my back. I think if I take a week off, it's gonna be good. Truly's like, no, get to the gym, move around a little bit. I'm like, damn. Okay, I go in there and actually, yeah, moving around helps. If you get hurt, like moving around is a huge factor. Don't go squatting 700 pounds, but like moving around, it helps. So yeah, I always took my back a little bit. Shoulder this is I think the third time it's happened. Knee was constant for a long time, except this prep. What else? I've hurt this. I've hurt my collarbone as well. Oh yeah, I messed up my low back real bad before. I think I meet before Westerns or even Westerns. It was, but it turned the corner. It always turns the corner. It's always turns out for the best. So I'm very grateful for that.
Yeah. Do you just kind of do like the bare minimum when things like that happen?
I used to, but now I like to think I'm more mature, more grown. And now before actually with my coach, I wouldn't even tell him because I'm like, I'll figure it out. But now I'm like, oh, here's what's going. And Nick is like the smartest person I know. Genius. Is so good. He sends out what I should do and stuff like that, what to help him with, or if I should go see somebody. But we've never had to go see someone. I'm not knocking on wood because I don't believe in that. Boom. But yeah, just use little things to help with me, or it tells me why it's this way. Even like my shoulder situation right now, I told him what was the situation, what happened, and why it hurts, and where it hurts, and he kind of gave me the reason why it would hurt, and I'm like, oh my God, I do that, and that's why. So I'm hoping with the things he gave me and the things I've been doing combined together, you know, it will turn a corner. Of course, over the years, you learn certain things and you watch a bunch of videos and you do this. So over the years, I've learned like I've learned a decent chunk to help myself alongside help from Nick.
Yeah, sounds like you and Nick have a good thing going.
Yeah, it's been 5 years now.
Oh wow,
I know that's crazy, huh? Yeah,
it doesn't seem like it's been that long.
I know, right? They really kind of,
but wow. And because you speak about like little things that have helped you and you've learned, if you could give some advice to like anyone new that's listening or a new power lifter, what would you say to them?
It's time, man. You can't rush this thing. I know we want to, but we can't rush it. Just time. Of course, you compete for a long time. You want to lift as heavy as you can, and you want to, do the best you can. But it's all gonna come. Some people are meant to be on top. Some people are not. But it's just the name of the game. Not everyone can win. But it's just time. Patience. Oh, patience. It's easy to say patience, but it's actually harder. Of course, you know that. Get yourself a good coach. Track your macros. Do not take 8 months off training. You will feel it. Because sometimes I actually think, yo, what would happen if I didn't take all those long time off? But you don't know, and I do not regret those time off. But I'm just saying, it's you can do whatever you want, but again, the consequences to your actions, and you just gotta live with it. What else? What else? Yeah, have fun doing it. Oh my goodness, you gotta enjoy it. Like enjoy some aspect of it, okay? For the longest time, people kept saying you gotta enjoy training to do this and stuff like that. I don't think I completely agree with that. I think of it like it's a job. You gotta get it done.
Yeah,
it's just what it is. some people love their job, some people hate it, but you got bills to pay. You got to get it done. It's just what it is. I know it sounds like it harsh or something, but I just think like that's just what it is. I go through all the aches and pains and all the stress that comes with training because on competition day, nothing comes close to it. Because this high I got from nationals, I'm gonna take it all the way to worlds. So
Yeah.
it's just worth it. So I enjoy competing. I enjoy competing training. I used to hate it, but now it's just a job. I get it done. It's what it is. Yeah, I think it's a few things. Yeah, have good people around you to help, smart people, friends or coaches or, things like that. Yeah.
No, that's really good advice, man. It's all stuff that you personally struggled with. But then you
Yeah.
kind of just find out like, oh dang, okay, I can't just keep taking all this time off if I want to be my best self, you know?
Yeah, no. I know it's so silly because you think about all these little things. Give me 2 seconds, actually. So sorry.
Yeah.
Here we go. Now I'm quite black, so sometimes you can't see me. It's too dark, so I just had to fix that. Um, yeah. So it's little things you don't realize in the moments, but now you just reflect like, really, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. But I guess you just gotta live and learn, and that's how it works.
Mm.
Yeah.
Oh, those
Yeah,
are really
one thing
good
I feel
tips,
like
man.
after every competition we brought up, like every big one especially, you always take something away from each one. It seems like you'll kind of learn something will happen. You'll be like, okay, I learned from that one. Now I can't do this. So
No, you have to
yeah.
the losses. You learn so much in the losses. Because I learned how to fix my cramping situation. I learned how to fix my diarrhea situation. I learned how to cut better. I learned to know I had to move my. You always learn stuff, man. You're always learning. That's how I think. You always learn. You don't know everything. Yeah, I don't think anyone does, but you always learn, man. Which is fun.
Yeah, the moment you think you know everything is like,
No,
no, that's
no,
not it.
yeah,
That's
yeah.
the
Things will
decline.
humble you real quick.
Yeah, you're gonna find out.
Yeah.
So do you think now, like,
Also,
are you fully locked in like for the foreseeable future? Like no big breaks? That's what you're thinking?
Honestly, yeah, because like I've in the last maybe 2 years, I'm in a good place in my life, like to be able to do things when I want to, how I want to, and just like dictate my schedule, my life, and that kind of. So it's very routine and it's very structured now. So my schedule has been the same for the past 2 years. I've done exactly since Westerns. Like I work this time, I work this day, I'm off on these days. Like it's been so routine. So I have really no excuse except someone's like, "Yo, you want to go out?" And I'm like, "Wait, where are we going?" Then I then I might change something, but I'm kidding. But yeah, I'm locked in. I can do this. And since I won and it feels good, I'm like, "Yo, what's next?" So like, just keep chasing the
yeah.
next little thing. So I'm locked in. Yeah, I'm locked in.
Damn, that's so
Yeah.
crazy. Like I can't imagine if we like got like old version of you on this call right now. He's hearing this. He's like, "What?" He's like, "What? We can't go out all the time. We can't take 8 months off."
I know. It
Well,
was
it's just
fun and
funny because
games.
like before it seemed like obviously you still cared about powerlifting, but like there was obviously a switch that flipped at some point. Like I guess you said it was going into Westerns when you just
Yeah.
decided you're like now is my time.
Yeah, because I think there was a little like people talking in the back. Like, of course, I understand why they're saying that, but it was coming off like, yo, you guys are acting like I'm not strong chocolate, I'm kidding. But like, like I can't put up a big total, you know. But of course, it was found out I was thinking a little back. A lot of people think I was not taking it seriously and stuff like that. But again, you know, it's not anyone's place to dictate how serious to take something just because you don't know what I'm going through. You don't know what my life
Mhm.
situations are. I have so much stuff I have to take care of and handle back home here, family, different stuffs. So those were priorities at the time. Housing was just not a priority at the time. And now, like I said, I'm in a good place. So I can make it a priority. But again, it was people were talking it back and saying things like he wasn't taking it seriously. And like I think someone said some phrase that got me a bit pissed because I'm like, yo, who are you? You don't know my story.
Mhm.
Um, but yes, but yeah, I now it's a priority because I can make it a priority basically. I'm allowed on
Yeah.
my yeah. Thankful enough, yeah.
Yeah. And I think like the what ifs too, right? Like, because if you just kept going, like half-assed, you could say, on it, and then you're like, well, what if like if I can already squat the national record for 6 years in a row, what if I actually tried, you know? And
I gotta give Luke props though. Luke was in the message text just always like, yo, when you gonna stop taking this break? When is this? When is this? Try doing this, But he's always been in the corner, so I gotta give you props. I appreciate you.
of course, man.
He's been just messaging, saying stuff like, that maybe stop taking the breaks, maybe train 4 days a week, what would happen if this, if this. So I think it all came together and now just I guess I'm thankful like all of us to be able to just train when we can and it's good. It feels good,
Yeah. No, I was extremely happy when it finally happened because I remember like, yeah, texting you all the times like after a meet, I'd be like, all right, like when are you gonna train? Like let's train. Like you're like, let's hang out. I'm like, okay, let's train and then hang out. And yeah, no, it's just good to see. Like I'm glad that that version of you is now fully here. So it's sick.
Yeah, it was good.
And on
It's
your way
the
up,
chocolate era now.
it really
that was
is.
straight. Don't worry,
Right?
next time you guys see me, I'll be handing down free chocolate bars, okay?
Yeah, what kind? What kind are we gonna be handing out? What's
You
the
don't
best
want to
chocolate bar?
know.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, we have to cut that part. No.
Okay, I ain't say nothing.
I was
So
gonna say
don't go to
too.
Lanre's house on Halloween, eh?
Hey.
Good thing you're in a condo, bro. This guy had a house. I was just gonna say, like, on your way up, what were some of your favorite powerlifters, and who are your favorite powerlifters now, either to watch or like they could be Canadian or international?
You know what? Taylor, man. It is, I don't know. Of course, when people talk about Perk and Taylor, but Taylor is like, he's Taylor, man. He's been he has like, I appreciate people that have like outside factors, big outside factors that also affect training, but they still get it done.
Doesn't matter.
Like Pajio is like physical level job, has a kid or two, doesn't matter, gets it done. Taylor has kids, gets it done. And plus, it's just strong as shit too. So it's just so good. Who's the other person? Ben Langley. So much respect for him. Dude is flying around the country, doing his stuff, and still trains. I'm here taking 8 months. Who am I to do that? With so much respect for Ben. So I looked up to him actually. Who was fun to watch as well? Yeah, those were the guys because I guess they were much than I am. Yeah, I never really followed the bigger guys. Like 83 up is no, I'm not getting involved there. Oh, I loved watching Clifton Paul. He's a good friend.
Mm.
Clifton Paul. Wait till he comes back. It'll be him and Malik going at it.
Yeah, he's a monster.
Oh yeah.
He was hurt, was it? Like, and he's coming back now. Like he's feeling better.
Well, he's always had something going on because he came. I guess we kind of hung out a few times when he came he came to study here in Toronto. But like I don't know how he's feeling right now, but he always has something going on. I just I watch what I loved watching him. And I met him at the Nationals and I told him like, yo, you know what? I thought you were a punk before, but you are actually quite lovely. Wow. And that's what actually kind of started talking after that. Clifton was fun to watch. 74s, but yeah, like I said, the big boys, I don't really follow the big boys.
Yeah.
Oh, I
That's
get
a
used to.
good segue. I don't know if we asked because like you wouldn't ever move up in the future. Like you always want to stay 74.
Okay, physique is a huge thing for me. I was talking honest to a few people. Even right now, I think I look too big. And I like looking like quite lean and slender. I say slender like I'm a lady, but that's nothing wrong with that. I like looking little skinnier. But my arms are bigger than I would like them to be, but it is what it is. So if I go up to 83 and 85, that's a completely different wardrobe for me, and also I don't think I'm gonna be able to like enjoy and see what I see in the mirror. And that's a huge factor for me. I gotta like the way I look to be able to do anything. The one thing is I might try a meet where I go in like 78 without cutting, and just see how things play out. But to fill out 83, I don't think that's ever possible, man. Nah.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna look Too
stocky.
big, man. Too stocky. I can't, man. I can't.
too
Nothing wrong with
jacked.
it.
Is it because of like the fashion stuff? Because you're into
Yeah.
like clothing and
Oh yeah, because okay, I do
Yeah.
do fashion as my other job as well, like styling, man. And I just love fashion in general. I dress a certain way. It also doesn't go with that as well. There's a certain vision of what my outfits and my my clients' outfits and myself I want to look like. And the bulkiness doesn't really work with it. But yeah, like have you seen Ronnie Coleman in the suits? Oh, yikes! But yeah, it's just I can't. I think I can't. I don't think I can. I'll be happy with what I see at 83 or 85. Because if I walk around 80, 87, 8 and compete at 83, maybe that's a possibility. But to fill it out, I don't think so. And plus, I think I have so much unfinished business to do there.
Yeah.
At 74, so much. I think I can. Yeah, I can. Yeah.
What do you think the future holds in terms of like numbers and stuff? Or like,
oh, trying to get me in trouble here. But it's okay. I'll take the bait. It's all right. Right now, I think I can total like 765 at Worlds. And if 765 is there, I think 800 is there by 2026. It might be delusional, it might be crazy, but it's okay. I got time. And again, if the other boys are doing it, why can't I do it, Yeah, it's just what it is, It might take some time, but to think I would never eat 800 is a bit crazy to even think, just as a goal. Because if I've done the math, the 765 is a good number. Because I think maybe I could have done like 750 at Worlds, at Nationals. So I'm just putting a few more kilos in there, But yeah, if anything, I can try doing like 800. That's what my usual body weight, and just walk to a gym or a competition, do that as well. But I think I can total 800 next year. If I don't, I don't. But I think I can. Wait, that's in next year. Hang on.
2026.
2026. Here we go. Before you guys catch me lacking and you guys quit that stuff.
Have you like crunched the numbers for that? Like, do you know what you have to hit, like squat, bench, deadlift?
Oh no, actually. Let's try that actually. Oh, that is good.
It'd be pretty large.
Yeah, I've not. Well, okay. The one thing is the deadlifts. I will have to pull something like what? Wait, let me do it. Okay. Yeah, like 305 squat, 345 deadlift is already 650, right? Yeah, then I do a 150 bench, that's 800.
Yeah, so 345, that's a big pull.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
In 2 years, I think we should be fine. And
for your goals though, I feel like the deadlift is the one that you can blow up because you see those guys that are pretty like slender that are just pulling like 800 pounds. Like, you can do it.
And they also 2 years 150 bench is like honestly that's quite low if you think about it. So like if I say 160 and take away maybe 10 kilos from this deadlift to 335, it doesn't seem that crazy after all, does it now? Because the 305 squats and a 160 bench and a 335, that doesn't seem that crazy anymore, does it? No, but again, it's a big goal, but that's what goals are meant for, man.
Yeah, you might as well.
You might as well go big or go home.
Yeah, well, I'm glad like it's a big goal. It's not some like little like lame goal, like oh yeah, I just want to like chip it by like 5 kilos. And no, you have big goals, and that's how you got like so good, Like you've wanted to squat this 3. That's why you're so close,
No, fair enough. That 300 is haunting me, man. I don't even know. It's crazy. It's haunting me.
It'll happen.
Yeah, it's time. Because it, of course, never works out. Is there a 300 squat or like a 300 deadlifts? Because it's kind of,
Yeah, if you do both, it'd be very...
If I do both, Jesus Christ, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, well, you will in 2026.
Hey, I guess that's the plan now, huh?
That's the opener deadlift in 2026.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, those numbers I said were the openers, okay? Just so you know.
He's actually going for 900.
Here we go. Now we're talking. Who's Perk? Well, please tell him Lanre is coming. I think I might have to give him this the Instagram name. He's the strong chocolate.
Who? Oh, give it to Perk?
Yeah, Perk. He is a strong chocolate.
Wasn't he for the longest time? His Instagram was like the future or something like that, or
No, his name now is the 74 kg. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I'm the guy. Like, whoa, okay.
Yeah, that is crazy. Is there anything else that you guys have for questions, Kyle or Trevor? And if not, anything that you think we should speak about?
Not really. I don't know.
I think
Another I can think of.
we kind of went through a lot of the questions, just like here and there. But is there anything that you want to speak about, Lanre, or are we like any questions for us even or
So I'm curious, when are you guys gonna join me on the national champion crew, man? What's going on, man?
Everyone won.
that's a good question.
We're working on it, man. We're working on it.
I'm fucking around. Of course, everyone here is fully capable of doing something nasty in their future. So like, it's just a matter of time. Obviously, I know very much about that because it just happened to me. But like, we all know it's gonna happen to everyone in this place because it's just a matter of time. So, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's just time. Nationals was no fun, but I know you guys have things to prove now, which is always a deadly place to be for the competition. You know, yeah. So I know you guys are putting in work right now. So
Yeah, exactly. No, that's valid, man. It's either that or we just go full-time podcasting mode.
make it happen.
One of the two things will happen. Yeah, I mean, listen, you got the 2-year head start on us. So we started 2018, you started 2016.
Well, that is true. It's crazy because all three, well, I guess Kyle and Luke and I used to be the same weight class. Well, Trevor too, no? Or was that a mistake?
Trevor,
You were
you started
74.
74?
Oh yeah, totally. Times 2.
I think you were born at 74.
Yeah. I think my first meet I was like 130, probably.
So
okay,
when
wow.
do you think you weighed 74, Trevor?
How many pounds is that?
163.
Grade
I-
5.
That's what I was gonna guess. Like, grade 4, grade 5.
Grade
Grade-
5.
That's
Grade 5,
crazy.
probably. Maybe grade 6. Like, how old are you in grade 5? 10?
Yeah, I don't do the
Yeah,
great
something
stuff.
like that.
We
Fuck,
do
I
something
don't know.
different back home.
Yeah, something like that. 10.
Yeah, probably around that,
Crazy.
to be honest.
Wow.
I don't even think I
guess-
know what I weighed back then, to be honest. I don't think I ever stepped on the scale.
No,
Yeah.
same man. No, I'm like what 7? No, that's crazy. Oh wow, okay. Yeah, you know what? One of the things actually I regret is because me and Luke actually never got a squat face off.
That would have been fun.
I was,
know.
I
I
We
was
were-
gonna
say,
ask that actually. I was gonna say, did you guys ever compete against each other when you were both like good 74s? Or you never
No.
actually?
That's when he didn't do that nationals, the 2022 one, because I don't know. I think the family stuff came up, and
Yeah.
that's when I took his record. So I was like,
Yeah.
it would have been nice if he was there.
Yeah, that would have been cool.
But then 2018, he was just way better. Like that was my first nationals, and it wasn't even close. He probably ate like 100 kilos of me or something. But
oh,
that was like
maybe Lanre should show up at like 78 in Moose Jaw. See what happens.
you should, yeah. Me, you, and Ben. That could be
Oh,
fun.
that could be fun then. Oh yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
Ben.
oh.
Ben hit 302, and it was
Yeah,
easy.
it was-
Well,
yeah,
Yeah,
it was a nice
I
spot.
saw that. Yeah, that was good because his total was what 785.
785. Yeah,
Yeah,
he put up a big
And it was
total.
pretty good.
Mhm.
Like what's it called? Like he had room for sure.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
on the squat and the deadlift, I think.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like he could if total 800. So now there's like a bunch of them in there. So that's juicy stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was a great meet for him because I think it was
Yeah.
the same sort of deal that you had where he did it on the squat and the deadlift, but I think his deadlift was a massive PR. Like I think he'd only pulled that with like straps or something. I don't think he had gotten even 295 in a meet before.
I think
I don't
he
know.
actually has pulled around that before, but it was sumo.
Oh,
But
really?
now he's conventional.
Yeah, because his
Yeah.
sumo was very interesting at the lockouts. So I'm
Yeah,
so
he
happy
He'll-
he's stuck with conventional because right now, obviously, it's looking really good for him. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
So very important question actually. Would you guys consider a 599.6 squat? Would you consider it a 600-pound squat?
It's
No.
a simple answer, guys.
599? No.
Yeah.
Hey,
Damn.
let's go.
You
'Cause
guys
that-
didn't do good in math in school, man. That's crazy.
So
It's
that
not
was
if you're talking about rounding, but you can't round. You can't say that you squatted 600.
No, because it's
Yes,
official.
God.
It's kilos. So that was the
Oh.
thing. I was like 2022 Nats. I wanted to be the first 74 in Canada, tested or untested, to squat 600 pounds. And Lanre is like, I did 599. It's 600. I'm like, no, it's not.
No, it's not.
Oh.
It was not.
In my head, I was always rounding, and that number, because Matt Goldsmith gave it in the time, of course, I didn't think about it, but then everyone's like, why didn't you just go up and make it 600? I'm like, well,
It is.
it is, no? You guys are like, no. I'm like, but if you, come on, the 6 is like, come on, round it up. Like, come on.
Wait, so what was it in
6
kilos? 272 flat? Like you didn't do 272?
272.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh my God.
I know.
He was just
that
chipping his records.
That one haunts me, man. Because
Well, it's the same. It's weird how it's like that in kilos because like 700 is the same. Like 317.5 is 699.
It's just it just keeps
362.5 is 799 too.
Yeah, that's funny how they do that.
Yeah, you have to go over.
I guess back then I didn't care about giving my numbers in. They just take care of it. I just want to win, put the numbers in. But yeah, that was me and Luke's little sit for a while.
I forgot about that one. That's so funny. I'm glad you brought it up because I remember that. I was like, no, man, like it's not 600. I was like, I didn't know how to tell you at first. I was like, I'm gonna be the first one because yours wasn't 600. You're like, I didn't squat 6.
Oh goodness. Well, that was fun.
Yeah.
I guess maybe Trevor come down to. I said, yeah, Trevor come down to 83. Kyle come down to 83. We get it done.
Trevor is cutting right now. He's lost. He lost how many kilos since Nats?
4 or 5.
He's down 4.
I didn't want to say. I noticed a little something there, looking extra sexy. I didn't want to say anything. But, okay.
I'm a slim 152 kilos right now.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like 2 Lanres.
I know, facts.
That is
crazy. 2 Lanres, wow.
Damn, you got to squat 1200 soon, Trevor.
I know, this is bullshit.
It's the plan. Literally, times 2, man. Get it done.
I just have to figure it out. I wish it worked like that, but
I guess all 3 of you are doing Moose Jaw, obviously, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay,
I think so.
I guess, but the thing is, after Moose Jaw, what does that mean qualifies you for any other international meet, correct? NPFs and all that fun stuff. Okay.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do one of those.
You can't. I don't think you can. Can you do both? They're probably
I
one
can't do
month.
it. No. Yeah. No, that's crazy. No, like prior to that, because obviously whoever wins like the weight class, like back then, would go to Worlds. I was always thinking, do I go to one of these NPS and just ball out and stuff? But I guess now I have a better place to ball out. But yeah.
Well, back then you were already on an 8-month vacation, so you
Yeah.
you couldn't do it.
That's I couldn't come here. It's too quick.
I think next year is supposed to be, and it's weird because they have like the NAPF, but then they have the Pan American. And I think the Pan American only happens once every, I don't know, a couple of years or something like that. And it was supposed to be in Jamaica, but then I think they changed it.
You see, honestly, that's a big thing for me, like location of meets. Like, because the meet should be a vacation. Like PEI is by far the best destination we have for a competition that I've been a part of.
Yeah.
And especially in September. Oh, bro, I was in a t-shirt.
Yeah.
What about Richmond? Did you like Richmond, BC?
We went on Valentine's Day and it was raining all the time. No, I didn't. It wasn't a fun time. Yeah. I couldn't. Of course, I explored Vancouver, but I couldn't because it was so wet and rainy. PI was amazing. Now we got to go back. Maybe we have to go back to Moose Jaw in the freezing cold and get it done again.
Yeah.
So that'd be exciting. Yeah. I kind of wish Worlds was in Malta like the other years.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's fine. No, you can.
I don't know. Germany's cool though. Like when the year that Malta was happening, I was like, damn, I want to go to Malta. But then it was like Lithuania, and I was like, But then Germany is also really cool.
Yeah, I've been talking to people because right now I'm actually planning my trip. Apparently, you go to I think it's called Chemnitz. You go to Chemnitz, then there's Dresden, pretty close by. Then I go up to Berlin. After Berlin, I am planning on going to Italy with my fiance. I'll just explore because she's half Italian. So like, boom.
Yeah, once you're there, it's so easy to travel. Like if you get a train pass or like flights are dirt cheap once you're there.
It's insane, and we have to
Yeah.
pay $1,000 to go to freaking goddamn Moose Jaw. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah.
It is
It's
crazy.
hilarious. It's funny. Canada is amazing, of course. I'm grateful. I'm not from around here, so moving here, complete blessing, you know. But it's so far and so expensive to travel within the place. So sometimes,
Yeah.
like, do you even travel within Canada, or do you just travel out of the country? It's like,
Yeah.
which is it?
Yeah, I
But
think
yeah,
like with that flight to Moose Jaw, you could probably just fly to like England, or you could fly somewhere really nice. Like you go to Spain, you could go anywhere, but you could go across the whole ocean for
yeah,
that same price.
it's amazing. Yeah, but I do say like Canada is so beautiful. PEI was stunning. Calgary in 2018 was an experience of a lifetime because that nationals, I think yeah, it was in Calgary 2018 or 19, I can't remember. It was
2018.
18. It was just about like an Avi Silverberg, or maybe that's his name. I don't know, but it's
Yeah.
Avi though. He rented a bus for people that were competing to go out to like Banff and Lake Louise to see the
Oh
sights.
wow.
Bro, that was incredible. It was the bus was cold as hell because it wasn't heated, but I got to see Lake Louise and Banff and snowboard. It was quite an experience. So like that's maybe even top one actually or second after PEI. But
Yeah,
the
I heard that
locations are pretty
Calgary.
good.
I heard Calgary was amazing.
Yeah, it was good.
Um,
It was
yeah,
good.
like
Even
the
the after
best
party was
ran
crazy.
national. Yeah, that's
Oh, that was crazy.
wasn't it bowling as well?
Oh, no, it was just a bar. Did it have arcades and stuff like? It was people going. It was a good time actually. Back then, I used to drink. I don't drink anymore. I think was it Kelly? Kelly got like
Yeah,
a round
Branton.
of yeah, yeah. He got like a round of shots for the entire bar, some crazy stuff like that. Yeah, it was yeah, that was a fun time actually, and it was like a whole themed party, of course, with the cowboy hats and stuff like that. It was a good time.
That's
It
awesome.
was a good time. Yeah.
What about Winnipeg?
That
That was number
one.
one worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fly out to freaking Winnipeg. I land there. The conveyor belts that delivers your luggage stop moving. I'm
Oh,
looking
this
around
was
for
my
help.
thing.
Yeah.
I remember. This was
I'm
good.
looking around for help. No one's there. I flag down someone. Hey there, where's my bag? And it's like, oh, all the bags have been retrieved. I'm like, oh, not mine. I don't have my bags. It's like, oh, interesting. And it was not honestly, it wasn't being really helpful. So I'm like, how about you get my number, get your manager's going to contact me in the morning tomorrow. I go to the hotel. I have my wallet and my cell phone. I go to the hotel. I'm like, here's what happened. The airline lost my bag. Um, I tell them, they're like, oh, that's okay, apologize. They gave me some, amenities and stuff like that. I go to get checked in. I get a call in the morning. Hey there, is this Mr. Adelia? I'm like, hey, how can I help you? They yap on and like, okay, we look at your bags. Amazing. But the only situation is immediately going to Jamaica. Explain that for a second. Because my suitcase had my gear. Rookie mistake number one. Take your gear as your carry-on. I've done that ever since. Yeah, they call me your bag made it over to Jamaica. I'm like, how did that happen? So I'm like, okay, here's the situation. I can't get it right now because I have gear in there. It's quite expensive. I need it for a competition, blah, blah, blah. But you can fly me after the competition to Jamaica to retrieve it if you want. But they didn't bite on that one. Um, but yeah, then after that, I put it on my Instagram. And the next day, actually, a lot of people reached out. You can borrow this, you can borrow that, you can borrow this. That's why I love the community so much. Everyone's so friendly, happy to help. I wore Luke Omer's squat to break his squat record as well. Someone gave me the meat. Oh, yeah. Someone gave me a bunch of random stuff as well. Then I go to the meet venue the next day, and Ryan and Ray's thing from Inner Strength Products
Yep.
approached me, and they're like, hey, we had what happened. How about you pick a couple of stuff from here? I'm like, yo, back then the bank account was not as juicy as of course I was a student back then. I'm like, I'm good. I'm gonna borrow some stuff, I can't, I don't want to buy too, I don't want to spend too much money. He's like, just help yourself. I'm like, what does that mean? But okay. I grab a single no, I grab knee sleeves, no singlet, because I didn't want to wear something as a singlet, a singlet and a shirt. I'm like, yeah, that's good. They're like, no, here's it. What size do you wear? Knee sleeves, give me a knee sleeve, wrist strap, socks for both. They give me SPD belts, which is what I wear to date. I didn't pay for that. And they're like, would you like a shoe? I'm like, I can't take anymore. I can't. Because at that time, I still thought I was paying for that. It's like, okay, you use that, that's on us. I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Can I take the shoes though? Oh, no, I'm kidding. They gave me all that stuff for free, obviously worth like more than $1,000, maybe, and they gave it to me, and it was crazy. It was very generous of them. And I've used that same gear since 2019, they said, or 20, I can't remember. I've used it till now. Same singlets, same knee sleeves I changed, belts, socks, and stuff like that. But yeah, that was Manitoba. Oh, plus the Uber driver or taxi driver took me from the airport to the hotel. Almost crashed the car in the snow because the snow was so icy. The road was so icy. That was not fun. Yeah, no more Manitoba for Lanre.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah, I think I remember the
that.
first day we landed there, they got like a foot of snow.
it's crazy, crazy. Yeah, that's why I don't understand. Okay, I understand, but I don't know why everyone was for the old moving over to February. Personally, I understand the logic behind it, but personally, I'm just like, yo, it's a vacation, man.
Yeah. You don't want to do it in the winter.
Yeah, no, I don't want it. It's
I think like November or something would be okay. I think the September was bad because it was so close to like Junior Worlds and Master
yeah,
Worlds and stuff.
I
But
know, I know, I know. I'm just,
yeah,
we all think in our own ways to be kind of like what's best for us. We never think like what's best for everyone else. But the
yeah,
thing is, it's no one's ever gonna win. It's just what it is. Because now
yeah,
I'm complaining about September. No, they can't win. So you gotta do what you gotta do. You just gotta show up. So I understand it. I just like the warm weather. So
Yeah, and I think after this
yeah.
past 2 years of everything too, it's like they're not gonna change it again.
oh
Like
No.
no,
they-
they don't want the smoke.
yeah,
They don't want
Yeah.
it. Oh no.
No, it's been hectic. It's not been that good. But it's all good. You're the champion, so can't complain that much.
Oh hell no. I'm all for it. Power to the people.
Yeah, no one can take your spot in a few weeks at that next nationals. It's yours.
Yeah, I know. It feels good. Because at first I'm like, someone messaged me, it's like, wait, can someone else take your spot? I'm like, I don't believe so. So let's go check it again.
as of
Oh
right
no,
now.
wait, how's that? Is someone gonna kill me? That
No, I'm
don't
kidding.
that was a threat I don't like, man. What's
Trevor is cutting, so
Yeah, I'm,
That's
I'm
kind of what
cutting all
happened to
the
us,
episode
right? Like we
4.
did that Easterns meet. We thought it was the last one, and like 2 days before we competed, they like sent out a notice, and they were like, "Oh, we're doing these other regional meets where you can qualify."
Yeah, I saw that for you guys, and because I think you and maybe Adam were already there, because that's how I found out
Well,
actually.
Adam found out somehow beforehand and ended up not doing it. But I was like, I've already
Oh,
paid for my flights. Like I already prepped. Like I'm going.
yeah.
oh, that's so yeah, that was not fun for anyone. And of
Yeah.
course, we talk about it every time, but it just has to be because he kind of
Yeah.
screwed up the entire shebang.
Yeah.
But I guess for me, I think about it like it all works out for the best because I guess maybe that happened because of this, so I could be here. That's how my brain works. Everything happens for a reason. Every
Yeah.
single thing. But yeah. Ooh,
Man,
That was good.
that was
That was a
good.
really good one.
Yeah, we killed
Not-
that.
Yeah. Not too
Thanks to
shabby.
you.
No. I'm just yapping a lot. I just talk too much, but that's okay.
What happened to Trevor? Trevor's like an not unlocked character.
Is he
Oh, I
gone?
walked outside.
Yo,
Oh, okay.
Trevor, is that your Halloween costume?
Yep.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what? That's
You're
crazy.
like-
He's unlocked.
Yeah.
Um, okay, well, yeah, man, it was really good. It was nice talking to you. I think a lot of people will be very happy to hear all this info, like the whole story. So yeah, I mean, best of luck. Let us know obviously soon what you're gonna do if you're gonna do this upcoming Nats or not.
Fair enough.
And yeah, thanks for coming on the show. I know it was really hard reaching like your managers and all that stuff, and you made the time. I know you had lots of stuff to do.
What should we title this episode? Should be The Rise of Chocolate.
The chocolate era, maybe. The chocolate era is huge.
Daddy's home, maybe actually. That would be good. I know you guys are no, you guys thanks for having me. It was fun. Yeah, it was fun. You guys make it so easy to talk to, of course. And I guess so you guys made a space for everyone to share their story. So I guess if you guys never made your podcast, I would not have a chance to share my journey, my joy, all the downfalls, all the good things that come with powerlifting. So props to you guys to starting this podcast. Very good. We'll keep pushing for this. I want to come back as guest number 100.
Okay.
Ooh,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
Make
yeah.
sure you
No, actually, yeah, 100 and 1,000.
100 and
Oh, damn.
1,000.
Damn.
Holy crap.
That's some
Yeah, a
pressure.
lot of
Yeah,
work.
you believe in us.
No, but thank you for the love, man. Like you've been supporting and you've been listening to all the episodes, like every single one he's listened to, and he always gives a little positive feedback, so we really appreciate it. And
Of
we're
course.
just gonna keep trying to get better. But yeah, we'll have you on again, man. Like this is a really good one. I'm sure it'll do very well. And like when you're prepping for Worlds or post Worlds, we'll have you on again. Um, if you guys agree with that, leave a like, whoever's listening. And also just anyone who you want to shout out. Lanre, do you have anything you want to shout out, like sponsors or
Oh, sponsors. Right now my manager is working on a sponsorship with Fit for Less right now. So it's in the works.
and
But
Adidas?
oh yeah, Adidas. Oh, Nike. Did you guys see
Nike. Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
oh
saw
yeah,
that.
yeah, that was cool.
that? Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nike, reach out to your boy, I gotta shout out to my fiance, incredible, amazing woman. She was so helpful on the day up. I would not stop saying this because she made that happen. Of course, thankful to God, I don't know if this is podcast for that, but yes. What else? To you guys, my coach, Trilo, respects. It took a while for me to be a coachable athlete, but we finally did it. Yes. And my fellow 74 kilo boys, it's always fun fighting that stuff out with you guys. It's always a good time, a little beefy in there, but it's really never that deep. Until we start getting paid for it, then that's a
Then you're
different story.
done.
Yeah, then it's done. But yeah, no real shout out. Sponsors, maybe Nike and people less. Reach out your boy. Yeah.
All right, man. Well, it was a pleasure having you on. And yeah, have a great rest of your night, man.
Oh, you too. Thank you so much. Peace.
Peace.
Thanks, man.